Guys, so today I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of how to make like a password checker, to see how strong your password is. I'm going to be using Python just because it's super cool program. Just because I think Python is a really easy language to learn. I think it's one of the easiest. I'm not really great at explaining, but I think not only is this good for me to try and talk through what I'm doing instead of just doing it, but maybe you can learn from it as well. I also really enjoy Replit for people that are learning or like beginning to learn, because it's just an easy way to compile any project that you want to do. Oh my gosh, my Discord is like blowing up right now. I'm sorry. Okay, so the first things first. The first thing that we do is we import the things that we need to import. So that'll go away at some point. And then, I already typed that. Is that how you spell that? That looks wrong, but we're gonna go with it. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is define our password checker. So I also just straight up don't know how to type. Oops. Oh, that's right. So basically what we're doing here, so like lower count, upper count, num count, white space, count, space, underscore count, equals special, underscore count, equals 0. So these are all of our other like variables that we are going to want to use. So when we're telling these people how their password is, we're going to tell them like, oh, well, you have 5 lowercase letters, 5 uppercase letters, 2 numbers, stuff like that. So it's just stuff like that you want to remember. I keep messing up spelling password. I'm terrible at explaining these things. Okay, so what we're doing here, so character is, char is a character, and we have a list. So we're going to repeat this step for all of these, using if and elif statements and one else statement. So, I don't know the best way to like explain it, but an if statement is if this happens, then this is what we're doing. Elif is the same thing, basically, and then else is also basically the same thing, but it is okay. So we're gonna repeat this for all of these. Okay, so it'll look something like this. So here you can see we have our elif and else statements as long as our if statement. Just maybe ask somebody else. And then also, as far as indents go, this is so that we know, like, when we indent this, it's because it's going for this. And we're keeping all of this at the same indentation level because we also want it to fall under define password strength. Okay? So then the next step is going to be how we determine the strength. So if lower underscore count is greater than or equal to 1, the strength is added 1. And we are going to again do that for lowercase, uppercase, numbers, white spaces, and special characters. So when you are done with that, it should look something kind of like this. Again, it's just repeating the same thing. Unfortunately, there's no way to there might be. Okay, listen. I never said I was good. So there might be a way to not have that be 10 lines of code. I just don't know it, and I think it's easier, especially when you're learning, to write it out because repetition is good. That way you know what you're doing. Okay. Again, on the same line, here we are going to let the people know if your strength is equal to 1, the remark is going to be, girl, that is a very bad password and needs changed immediately. Okay? And you're just going to do this. It's going to say it's undefined. Whatever. It's not. And we know that. Okay. So you're just going to do this with everything else, and we're going to use elif statements from here on out. So if the strength is 1, if it isn't 1, this is what we're going to do. Okay. So when you are done, it should look something kind of like this. What's going on with this? It doesn't like it. Okay. Well, it is, because you didn't say that for any of the other ones. Whatever. Okay. So now that we have done that with all the other ones, oops, sorry. Don't forget these little things. That's what gets most people, and that is most certainly what gets me. Okay. So then the next step is that we are going to print your password has, okay, and we're going to do that so that these people know. Your password has okay. Basically what we've done here is said that I want you to print whatever the user inputs. Okay, whatever the user inputs, the amount of lowercase letters, that's what we're going to print in this statement. And again, you're going to do that for every lowercase, uppercase, special numbers, special characters, whatever. Okay, so when you're done, it should look something kind of like this, although I'm not sure why the print is the wrong color. I'm just going to chalk it up to Replit having problems. Okay. I fixed it. Anyway, so here you can also see that when we print the score, we're dividing by 5. That's going to give us a decimal value. I just like that better, but you can do whatever you want. Okay. So the next few steps are purely like the beginning. So I'm going to skip that. But it's basically just going to in the beginning, instead of us just entering a password into nothing, it's going to ask us to print out a statement saying enter a password, or do you want to enter a password? Okay, so now that I've done what I wanted to do and made it look pretty, well, not really, because I didn't want to import a bunch of other stuff into this, but we're going to go ahead and run it, and we want to see if it even works. So, welcome to Password Strength Checker. Do you want to check your password strength? I'm going to say yes. Oops, sorry. Yes. So now it's going to ask us to enter the password. So let's do capital S 1 2 lowercase b 7 exclamation point good, and see what it has to say. So it printed out that we had 5 lowercase letters, 1 uppercase, 3 digits, 0 white spaces, 1 special character, and I got a 0.8. And this is what it says. Your password is hard to guess, but you can make it even more secure. Do you want to check another password? I do, because I want to make sure that my program efficiently runs more than one time. So I'm going to say yes. So now we're going to enter another password, just kind of in the same realm of things, Okay. So your password has 14 lowercase letters, 1 uppercase, 6 digits, white, whatever. We also received a 0.8. Your password is hard to guess, but you can make it even more secure. Now I want to see what happens when we type no. Okay, so it ends the program, and well, I already knew, but I wanted to make sure it could execute it. I don't know why I said that. Okay, so we know that it works. So that's very good. So this is my walkthrough of a password guesser in Python. I hope you enjoyed.